Welcome everyone, Dylan Gemelli here today with a brand new video for you. So today we're going to talk about Epistane. Alright, highly requested video, so I definitely wanted to get this information out there. But before we get into that, I have to reiterate to you that I am not a doctor, and anything that I say to you in this video is for your entertainment purposes only. I do not condone nor advise you to use anything that we're talking about here, and what you do with this information is completely and utterly up to you. So Epistane is kind of like a somewhat misunderstood designer anabolic steroid, labeled as a prohormone, and consequently was actually legally sold until prohormones were finally banned for good in 2015. Now, before the ban, it was widely available, starting, I believe, back in like 2007, under the brand names Havoc. That was one of the most popular brand names you could find. Epidural was also another one that was extremely popular. Now, during this time, it gained strong popularity amongst people who wanted a legal and potent compound without having to inject anything with a needle. So you can guess it was sold in capsule form, all right, and it was easily accessible to the younger crowd just over the counter, and it didn't need a prescription. So you can imagine how popular it was at that time. You know, all prohormones generally were that popular, except the ones that word got around were just terrible, but that's an entirely different topic, and I'm not a fan of prohormones anyway, but that's another topic as well. Now, Epistane, you'll see it like just written EPI, people will call it Epi, whatever. All right, it's a DHT derivative, dihydrotestosterone. It's pretty similar to Epistane. Now, this is a Japanese anti-estrogen drug used to treat breast cancer. Now, the difference is that Epistane has an additional single methyl group within it, all right, which actually helps it to give a much stronger anabolic release. So check this out, and I bet a lot of you didn't know this. Let's talk about the anabolic to androgenic ratio, 1100 to 91 on the rating. So thanks to this DHT structure, it will not aromatize into estrogen like other prohormones or anabolic steroids. What's more, it does not actually present progesterone issues either, which happened with quite a few prohormones that were sold during that pH boom era. So Epistane will not cause any sort of, rebound gynecomastia or other related side effects. So it's best ran by people that are looking for lean, dry gains, and as like a cutter, before a photo session or a contest. Now, we understand the structure. So let's take a look at what people that have used it kind of describe when they're, what they're getting for results. Now, visually, a person's going to become drier and harder. But you got to keep in mind that if your body fat is too high, you're not going to have as noticeable of a result. You can still use it, but I would recommend you to lose more fat and get, down in that 12 to 13% body fat range. Listen, don't blow me up with comments here saying, oh yeah, I used it. You can use it, whatever. I'm telling you the most optimal way to use it. I'm not telling you what you can and cannot do. All right, you can do whatever you want, whenever you want. I am simply giving you optimal conditions to use it. I'm not saying it won't be effective at a higher body fat. I'm saying it won't be as effective. Big difference. I get a lot of people that mix my words, so I have to take the time to actually clarify. So, it's actually, if you're going to compare it to, regular normal steroids we talk about, Winstrol and T-ball, because it won't increase water retention at all. So a user should not expect to put on water weight. And if your goal is mass and moving the scale up, Epistane probably isn't your best option. You can gain size, and I've seen people gain size, but you're not going to blow the scale up by any means. All right, you're going to definitely get a lot of strength with it, though, as well. So keep that in mind. Now, gynecomastia, that can begin with sore breasts, itchy nipples, things like that. And if it's not controlled, it can become a major problem, and you could end up having to have surgery to remove it. Guys will get actual lactating of the nipples as well. Now, oddly enough, some users with gyno problems say that it disappeared after using Epistane. So it's not surprising that due to its easy over-the-counter access when it was legal, people were actually using it to help or act as an anti-estrogen. Listen to me closely. It is not a replacement for an anti-estrogen. However, if you're using it on cycle, it could perhaps allow you to lower your aromatase inhibitor dose. But do not, and I repeat, do not replace an aromatase inhibitor like Aromasin or Arimidex with Epistane. It is not a replacement. But as I said, it could allow you to lower your dose, and it will add to the benefit of any anti-estrogen you're taking. All right? Now, let me tell you something about Pheraplex. All right? Epistane should be highly respected because it converts to Pheraplex, which is a scheduled anabolic steroid that was actually designed by Patrick Arnold to be undetectable, and it kind of became famous during that Balco scandal era type time. So since then, supplemental companies actually started copycatting other companies by producing Epistane and actually selling it over the counter under a designed loophole. In my opinion, Epistane should have never been sold legally over the counter in the first place because of the extreme potency, but it is what it is. Now, Epistane is very, very toxic, especially to your liver, amongst other things. All right, not as much as other prohormones, but assuming that you're getting real Epistane, you won't have any estrogenic or progesterone side effects, as I said. So the main complaints from people that use it are the toxicity, liver, blood pressure, kidneys, cholesterol, things like that, and that it can, really have an effect on hair loss, dry joints, and cause painful pumps. All right, remember, it is have DHT properties, so be aware of that. Dosing wise, up to 60 milligrams. I would tell people to always start at like 15 to 30, ease their way into it and go up. Don't go exceeding 6 weeks. Personally, I would not run it without testosterone either. And furthermore, I don't see the point in even going near it now or using it. It is illegal. When it was legal, it made a lot more sense on why people were using it. But being illegal and being a pro-hormone, I'm not the biggest fan. But everybody's different on what they like and prefer. So I just wanted to give you all the facts of Epistane, what to expect, structures, how to use it, etc. So that being said, www.icearms.com/forums. I'm also on the Elite Fitness Forum as well as the Evolutionary Forum. You can also email me, dylan@icearms.com, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That being said, stay tuned for plenty more to come. Dylan Gemelli, signing off.